evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Duty Calls. It's your boy, Tony Vines, and I'm here today with Army veteran Delvin Johnson. Mr. Johnson, how you doing, sir?
All right, Delvin.
All right, introduce yourself, Mr. Johnson.
Well, my name is Delvin Johnson. I was in United States Army. I stationed at Fort Myers, Virginia.
Okay, how long were you in the Army?
I was in the Army for 3 years, three and out.
And what was your job while you were in the Army?
I was a military police desk clerk.
Okay, and then what does that entail?
It entails if you got a ticket out there, if the boys stop you out there, the police stop you, I had to do the paperwork. I had to type up all the blotters and all the paperwork for traffic and violations.
Okay, so for the MPs that were working on the base, once they would write a person a ticket, then they would bring the paperwork back. So they didn't do their own paperwork.
No.
Okay.
No, they bring it back to the desk sergeant. Desk sergeant write it up, and you give it to me, and I type it up, put it in the blotter. It's about 2 or 3 procedures you had to do. You had to do a previous reference card, go over it and pull and see have they had any previous reference. You know, was the first offense. I was a radio operator. I called patrols and told them different places to go and stuff like that. So it's
Okay.
It was a fun 3 years.
Okay, all right. Where were you stationed?
Stationed at Fort Myers, Virginia.
Fort Myers, Virginia.
The only base in the Army.
Only base in the Army.
That's right.
All right. I was like, okay, local, kind of local here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. So while you were, what made you join the Army? First of all.
Well, I'm a Southern guy. I was born and raised in Albany, Georgia. So after high school, I attended college there at Albany State, and just wasn't clicking, So I just told me and 2 other buddies, let's join the military. And so we went in on the buddy system.
Okay. Y'all did the same thing, went on the buddy system. Okay.
Buddy system.
Okay.
Got out of there.
And then where'd you go to boot camp?
Oh, Fort Jackson.
Fort Jackson,
South Carolina.
South Carolina. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. D92.
Okay. Now, and when you left boot camp, you were stationed here in Arlington?
No, when I left boot camp, I was stationed in Fort Jackson because Fort Jackson had the schooling for 71 Limas. I was 71 Lima, which was a 71 Lima is a clerk typist. That's what it was.
Okay.
Clerk typist. Yeah. So I went over there, and that was D11. D11 too. I went over there, and I was over there for about, we were in training for about maybe a month and a half, about 6 weeks.
Okay, 6 weeks training.
Then that's when I got my 2-week break, and I went back to Albany, and all 3 of us, we were desk clerks. Excuse me, all 3 of us was clerk typists, so we came up to the base, one come up at a time,
Okay.
So I was the last one to come up. And,
To this area?
To this area,
To
yeah.
Fort Myers?
Fort Myers, yeah.
Okay.
My buddies, they were already here. And we, got together. One of them worked at the Pentagon, one of them worked at Mill Percent, and the other one, and me, I worked with the MP.
Okay. Now, where you were stationed at in Fort Myers, what particular unit was that?
That was the 561st MP Company, the baddest MP company in the United States Army. 561st.
Okay, now, out there where you were stationed, what is it also known for? There's a reputation out there, I heard.
The base that we were on was the honor guard. They did all the burial over at Arlington Cemetery. So you see those soldiers at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. They stayed at Fort Myers. You see the K-Sun that's pulling the bodies on the casket. They stayed at Fort Myers, Virginia. And other people stayed there too. People that worked at the Pentagon, and my buddy, he worked at the Pentagon, and my other buddy, he worked at Mill Percent. So different people, but they stayed, and it was all really two branches. The Navy stayed there, the Army 3 branches. The Navy stayed there, the Army stayed there, and some Air Force stayed there. The Marine Corps before they had their own burial, which was right less than walking distance from the base. Innocent Hall.
So there's a little rich history out there in Virginia.
Oh yeah. Arlington Cemetery. We go and sit on the wall, look at the soldiers, because Arlington Cemetery runs right parallel to Fort Myers, Virginia. Yeah.
Okay.
That was an experience, man.
Okay. So you would definitely say you had a good not career, but more so less your time in the military.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And then when you got out of the military, transitioning into civilian life, was it a good transition? Was it any kind of challenges?
It was a good transition, but it was anxious, because I got out of the military and right away I didn't have a career job. I just took jobs to piece things together till I got a good job. It took me about I got out in March and I hooked up with the post office by August. So, that time in between, just doing odds and ends jobs, working security, moving furniture, just doing what you got to do to, make ends meet till you land what you're going to do.
And then your career in the post office, how long did you work in the post office?
I worked a little too long, I think, sometimes. But anyway, I did 42 years in the post office. That was a good run.
Good run.
All walking. I was praising God the other day, man. I said, I'm glad my body didn't break down because it was a lot of walking.
And before those don't know, that's where I actually met Mr. Johnson. I did the same thing, transitioning from the military into the post office, and this is where I met my buddy at. So this is an interview that's kind of near and dear to me. I get a chance to interview my buddy here, who, like I say, he had 42 years in the post office. I saw his run. It was a great run. I modeled myself after him when I got in the post office, because this was the man to know right here. This was the man to know.
There you go.
So. All right, Mr. Johnson, I appreciate your interview. Now, I always end my stories by asking my veterans for a funny military story. Kind of something that happened to you along your way. The military is a serious organization, but at the same time, we have our share of fun. So just for a funny story, it's anything that happened to you in the military.
I'm 66 years old, man. That was about 50 years ago, man. I can't. I really. The only thing, when I was in the military, I participated in a lot of sports, and just those were my fun times when I wasn't working. When I wasn't working with the military, and then after that, I got a part-time job. So the military career was, it was fast. It was a fast 3 years. From 76 to 79. Doing the inauguration wave for Jimmy Carter, and just doing anything that they needed us to do in the MDW. It was a serious post because it was political. So if you did something crazy, ain't too many people gonna be laughing. They gonna be wanting to come get you. So I can't say I had too many funny experiences. I'm not saying that in the military. But outside of, just with the guys playing football, I played basketball, I played softball,
So it's all business over there in the Army, huh?
Yeah, it's all business. That was our recreation, that was our PT, organized sports. So, it was a good career though. If I had to do it over, I would do it. And my advice to any young person coming out of high school and don't have any directions, you can do 4 years. You come out, go to school, senior school. It's a lot of benefits. That's if you don't have any direction. Now, if you come out and you want to go to college and all that, because everything has its place. But if you ain't got no direction, you're just wondering what to do, you can take 4 years out of your life to do that, and you can, serve your country and get rewarded in the end.
All right, Mr. Johnson. Well, we appreciate your service, sir. All right, guys. You heard Mr. Johnson. If you got something that you want to do, guys, the U.S. Army is the branch that he's recommending that you go to, guys. All right. Just like I always tell you guys, how we do it in the military. Hit that subscribe button. No, smash that like button. Blow up that subscribe button, guys. That's how we do it in the military. All right, till I see you the next time, guys. This has been Duty Calls.